CI Games has been doing a fantastic job when it comes to listening to gamers. Unfortunately, a lot of large companies now do not care about us, the people who are giving them jobs. But now the CI Games CEO is saying rip DEI on X after fans overwhelmingly vote to end identity politics in gaming. Now, this is something a lot of us have been saying for years at this point, but it is always good to see more people within the industry speak up and speak their minds. And over the past few weeks, the Lords of the Fallen devs have done a really great job. I personally enjoyed the game thoroughly when I had played it when it launched in 2023. I highly recommend you at least check it out. It does go on sale often, and it's got some pretty good people behind it. People who now are saying, you know what, we want to listen to gamers. And this is the way that companies should be. Very rarely do we see studios put up polls and then very quickly implement those poll results, but that is what they did. They had asked people if they preferred body types A and B or male and female, and they've already patched the game to give you male and female options, which is super cool. And now the CEO of CI Games has once again waded into a major cultural discussion, this time tackling the controversial subject of DEI in gaming. Quoting a post from the former World of Warcraft team lead Mark Kern, or aka Grums, on X, he made his position on the matter clear. He said, "At CI Games, we stand for equality of opportunity, hire the best person for the job, talent over buzzwords, real diversity and inclusion always, rip to DEI, it is done," which I totally and completely agree with. I love seeing all sorts of people work in this industry. I love seeing women work in this industry, people of color work in this industry. Your sexuality doesn't matter to me. And it's cool that you're getting a job as long as you can leave your personal politics at the door. Do not try to insert your own viewpoint of the world into a product, and ultimately you are the best person for the job. It shouldn't matter what your sexuality or gender is, as long as you can do what you are hired to do. And look at what's happening at companies like Ubisoft. They have focused so much on hiring for the sake of fulfilling these DEI initiatives. They're going down the checklist and they're only hiring people to check off certain boxes, and it's led them into a disastrous position. They're hiring juniors, so primarily people who are new to the industry. They've gotten rid of established figures because they don't want to pay them. They want to save money, and they're not hiring the best people for the job. And I do not think that that is good. There are plenty of gamers who would agree with me when I say I do not support forced diversity, but when it is done naturally, it is a really great thing. And that is all that he is really echoing. And he is just saying that they're all for real diversity and inclusion, not just hollow diversity in order to, again, secure investment dollars, but they also believe that DEI is done, which I think we've all definitely been talking about since the election, and Trump is already making moves. And I'm not going to really go into that in any depth, but I do see in the future a lot of companies shifting away from DEI. And sure, part of that is just individuals and CEOs deciding, you know what, we are going to bend with the wind, and this is the direction that a lot of other companies are going in. But you can tell in the case of something like CI Games that they are genuinely passionate. They are actually wanting to improve their products. They do want to listen to gamers, because he could have just said, oh yeah, we're not for DEI, and ended the conversation there. But there's been multiple polls, there's multiple implementations in their games, and I'm very curious to see what they end up doing in the future. And so many gamers are so happy with this statement saying rip to DEI, it's done, saluting, even saying, you're the man, this is awesome, thumbs up, I purchased Lords because of your stance, I can't wait to dive in. And I did thoroughly enjoy my time in the game. I do highly recommend it, especially when it is on sale very often. But props to CI Games, props to basically anybody affiliated with Lords of the Fallen, and I will be keeping my eye on statements he makes in the future, but he has been very vocal and it is great to see. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.